Well, good evening. My name is Mike Holland. I'm representing Forney ISD, and I want to tell you again, like all these others have, thank you for being here tonight. This is so important. All the Forney people right now are panicking because they know I don't stay on script, and they're wondering how off I'm going to get, but I'm going to stay on tonight because we are pressed for time. It's my pleasure tonight to introduce Gregg, who is the Director of Governmental Relations for ATPE. How many of you are members of ATPE in our audience? Okay, Brock, you look and see who didn't raise their hand. You might try to get those people to join later. So, but folks, all of our organizations are important, and we need to all be very supportive of those. So, if you're not a member of an organization, become one. All right, and they're all good. So try to get a hold of one. Brock is the Association of Texas Professional Educators is a member-owned, member-governed professional association with more than 110,000 members. ATPE is leading educators association in the state and the largest independent association for public school educators in the nation. ATPE's vision is to make a positive difference in the lives of educators and school children. ATPE's message, or maybe it's a mission, is supporting teachers the freedom to teach. It's a novel idea. Gregg joined ATPE staff in February of 1994 and currently serves as Director of Governmental Relations. Brock is responsible for leading the ATP advocacy goals, supporting educators' freedom to teach, and providing every Texas student an equal opportunity to receive an exemplary education. Brock is a registered lobbyist and a full-time advocate for public school educators and students. He represents the interests of ATPE members before elected officials at the local, state, and federal levels. It's my honor tonight to introduce to you Mr. Gregg.
Well, the first thing we're going to do when we get back to the office is we're going to work on cutting down that intro a little bit. That's a little bit too long. I just want to let you know that I'm honored to be here tonight. And as the last speaker, I get the honor of being able to talk about everyone who went before me. So I'll take that privilege. I am privileged because I work for an educator organization and I'm a lobbyist. I get to work with a lot of who I call the high-powered people, and I get to work with a lot of legislators. And I also get to work with Thomas Ratliff, who gave you a good idea of, I believe, how all of us feel about high-stakes testing at this point. Thomas is a leader in public education. You should know that, and is going to be one of our leaders for a long time to come. The folks who went before me are all leaders in public education. David Anthony, I consider to be a genius, and he's a person who is going to have a lasting positive impact on public education. And Scott Milder's organization has worked with us since their beginning. In fact, their founders are ATPE members, and so we're very proud of that. I'm not here to represent ATPE tonight. I'm here to talk with you about a couple of things. But I also want to let you know that since I do get to work with a lot of legislators, the two that are here tonight are very special. You are very honored, and you're lucky to have Representative Lance Gooden as your state representative and Senator Bob Deuel, and I'll tell you why. First of all, they both care deeply about public education, and you can tell that because they're here tonight. And secondly, they will listen to you with an open mind. And I can tell you that about 85% of the rest of the legislature, it takes a vice grip to open up their mind. And so you're lucky to have them, and I very much appreciate them being here tonight, so give them a hand. Now, originally, I was tapped to talk about the teachers' retirement system, but Bill Barnes did a wonderful job covering all those points. But I would like, since there are so many active educators here, I would like to speak on a couple of issues that are going to affect you in the next legislative session. But here's the first thing I'd like for you to do. If you know a retired teacher, or there's one around you, or you see one, give them a big old hug. And if you're not bashful, just go ahead and give them a kiss, okay? Because I'm going to tell you why, for two reasons. One, because of what they've done for our state, because of what they gave their life doing. Number two, for what they've done lately. If you want to know how to get the legislature's attention the right way, look at what the Retired Teachers Association and Bill Barnes and Tim Lee and his group have done over the last year. They didn't wait for the legislature to start. They got out there and they took their message directly to the candidates, and they made it very clear in a powerful but positive and professional way that our system is sound. It is one of the best systems in the nation, if not the world. And they also said, and you will keep your hands off of it. And sometimes we got to do that as educators. Sometimes we can't be scared to take our message and tell the real truth and how it's going to affect us. That's something that we have got to learn as an education community. Most of you are active members of the teachers' retirement system, and I want to tell you that you face a hard road this session, because unfortunately we have a legislature and a legislative leadership that is not interested necessarily in doing what they should to fund the system in such a way that will take care of the two important issues that Bill brought up tonight, that being health insurance for retired educators and also to give them a COLA. I want to tell you that I am very, very proud to be a part of, a member of an education organization who has committed ourselves to walk hand in hand, side by side, shoulder to shoulder with the Texas Retired Teachers Association and do whatever it takes, including sacrifice, to let that legislature know that it is a travesty that there are retired teachers out there today who have not seen an increase in their benefit in 13 years. And we've got to do something about it. And I'm proud that you, as active educators, understand that. Our association has several positions that guide us when we go and talk about TRS to the legislature. The first one is that the security of the system comes first. We have, as you heard, one of the most secure systems in the world. And that the retirees in that system should be taken care of second. And they have not been taken care of. And I believe we are going to have to make some sacrifices in order for that to happen. And so our members have adopted a position that says that we are okay with negotiating with the legislature to increase our contribution, if needed, as long as the legislature also increases their payroll contribution, in order to make sure that we take care of our own. If they're not going to take care of our own, then we will certainly do our part to take care of our own. That is very important because, first of all, it's the right thing to do. Second of all, you've heard that Wall Street wants your money. The sharks are circling. And we may have won the battle this time because of what the TRTA and what we have all done so far, maybe, but the war will continue because they want your billions. Okay? And the way we stop them is that we show them, they're our detractors, that we know how to take care of our own money and our own system. We will do what it takes to make sure that system remains secure and one of the best in the world, even if that includes increasing what we have to pay for it. That is a very important message to send to those who would like to get their hands on your money, and we can't let them get their hands on your money. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about on TRS.